Today, a lawsuit has been filed that could fundamentally change the way we think about our faces, our voices, and even our very identities in the digital world. This isn't just a story about the law, it's about the future of who we are online, and how much control we really have over our own image and reputation. This case isn't just another high-profile legal battle between billionaires or tech giants. At its core, it's about a new kind of technology, one that can create a digital ghost of you. Imagine a version of yourself, generated by artificial intelligence, that can be made to say things you never said, or do things you never did. This digital double can be manipulated, shared, and spread across the internet in seconds, blurring the line between what's real and what's fake. The lawsuit centers on Elon Musk's AI company, XAI, and it raises a critical question: who is responsible when these digital ghosts cause real harm in the real world? Is it the company that built the technology, the person who used it, or someone else entirely? The answer to this question could have far-reaching consequences for everyone, because the truth is, this issue affects anyone who's ever uploaded a photo, a video, or even a voice recording to the internet. In other words, it touches nearly everyone living in the digital age. Our online presence is no longer just a reflection of ourselves. It can be copied, altered, and weaponized in ways we're only beginning to understand. The stakes are incredibly high. Imagine a world where a video of you committing a crime could be faked in just a few minutes, using nothing more than publicly available images and AI software. Your reputation, your job, even your freedom could be put at risk by something you never actually did. Or picture your voice being cloned and used to scam your friends or family, convincing them to send money or reveal private information. These aren't far-off scenarios. They're happening right now, and the technology is only getting more powerful and more accessible. Deepfake technology is at the heart of this revolution, and this lawsuit is one of the first major attempts to confront its dangers head-on. It's a battle over who should be held accountable when AI is used to deceive, manipulate, or harm. The plaintiff in this case is the mother of one of Elon Musk's children. She claims that XAI's tools were used to create and spread harmful deepfakes of her, images and videos that damaged her reputation and caused real emotional pain. She argues that the company failed to put in place the safeguards needed to prevent this kind of abuse, and that they ignored warnings about the potential for harm. This isn't just a private dispute between individuals. It's a public test of whether our legal system can keep up with the rapid pace of artificial intelligence. Can our laws protect us from new forms of digital harm? Or will technology always be one step ahead? The technology at the center of this case isn't science fiction. It's already here, available to anyone with a smartphone or a laptop. With just a few clicks, anyone can create convincing deepfakes, making it harder than ever to know what's real online. This lawsuit is the first major legal challenge to this new digital reality. It asks a fundamental question: should the creators of powerful AI tools be held responsible for the chaos and harm their inventions can unleash? Or is it up to society to adapt and protect itself? The outcome of this case could set a legal precedent that shapes the future of artificial intelligence, digital privacy, and our protection against digital misuse for years to come. The world is watching, and the decision will touch us all. In a landmark case unfolding in California, a lawsuit has been filed that brings to light deeply troubling allegations against the tech company XAI. The courthouse stands as a symbol of the battle between ordinary people and the powerful forces shaping our digital world. At the heart of this case is a mother, someone who never expected to become the target of a digital smear campaign. She is the plaintiff, and she's also the mother of one of Elon Musk's children. According to her, she was relentlessly targeted by a flood of deepfake videos and audio clips, all crafted to humiliate, intimidate, and cause her emotional harm. The impact of these attacks went far beyond the screen, affecting her daily life, her family, and her sense of safety. The lawsuit claims that these malicious deepfakes were generated using XAI's advanced artificial intelligence models. With just a few clicks, anonymous users could create convincing fake content, blurring the line between reality and fiction. The technology, meant to innovate, instead became a tool for harassment and abuse, making it nearly impossible for victims to defend themselves or clear their names. The plaintiff argues that XAI acted negligently by releasing such powerful generative AI tools without putting in place meaningful safeguards. The company's rush to innovate, she claims, came at the expense of user safety and ethical responsibility. The platform's vague and loosely worded terms of service did little to prevent this kind of abuse. According to the lawsuit, XAI failed to anticipate or address the obvious risks, ignoring warning signs and leaving users vulnerable to exploitation. This case isn't just about a single instance of false content, it's about the entire system that allowed such content to spread unchecked. The lawsuit highlights how quickly harmful material can go viral, amplified by the very networks and algorithms designed to connect us. Central to the case is the argument that XAI's design choices made their technology dangerous when left unregulated. The plaintiff contends that the company bears responsibility for building and distributing a tool that can so easily be weaponized against individuals. In this lawsuit, the mother isn't just seeking justice from the anonymous creators of the deepfakes. She's taking on the corporation that, in her view, enabled the harm, challenging the very foundation of how tech companies are held accountable. The fact that she shares a personal connection with Elon Musk adds a dramatic layer to the case. What might have been a distant corporate debate is now a story of family, trust, and betrayal, raising questions about loyalty, responsibility, and the human cost of technological progress. As the world's media gathers outside the courthouse, all eyes are on XAI and its famous leader. People everywhere are watching to see how a tech giant responds when the consequences of its creations hit so close to home. The outcome of this case could set a precedent, redefining what corporate responsibility means in the age of artificial intelligence. It's a pivotal moment that could shape the future of technology, ethics, and justice for years to come. Deepfake technology is rapidly reshaping the boundaries of our legal and ethical frameworks, presenting challenges that few could have imagined just a decade ago. What was once the stuff of science fiction is now a pressing reality, forcing us to reconsider the very foundations of truth and evidence. For centuries, society placed unwavering trust in photographs, audio, and video recordings as reliable proof, cornerstones of justice and journalism. But deepfakes have shattered that trust, making it possible to fabricate moments that never happened and to rewrite history with a few clicks. Today, artificial intelligence can mimic anyone's face, voice, and mannerisms with astonishing accuracy. These digital forgeries are so convincing that even experts can struggle to tell them apart from the real thing, blurring the line between fact and fiction. The legal system, built on the assumption that seeing is believing, is now scrambling to adapt. Laws crafted in a pre-digital era are ill-equipped to address the scale, speed, and sophistication of deepfake abuse, leaving courts and lawmakers in uncharted territory. For victims, the consequences are devastating. A single deepfake can go viral in minutes, spreading across social media platforms before any action can be taken. By the time one video is removed, countless copies have already proliferated, making it nearly impossible to contain the damage. The ethical questions are equally complex. Is it ever justifiable to create a deepfake without someone's consent? What about cases of satire, art, or political commentary? The boundaries are murky, and the answers are far from clear. Where exactly do we draw the line between harmless parody and genuine harm? As deepfakes become more sophisticated, distinguishing between the two becomes increasingly difficult, raising new dilemmas for creators, audiences, and regulators alike. AI companies often defend their technologies in the name of free expression and innovation. Yet, the potential for abuse is staggering. Deepfakes can destroy reputations, manipulate public opinion, interfere with elections, and enable fraud on an unprecedented scale. This technology doesn't just threaten individuals, it erodes our shared sense of reality. When any video or audio can be fake, the very concept of truth is undermined, making it harder for society to agree on basic facts. The so-called liar's dividend emerges. Public figures can now dismiss genuine evidence as fake, fueling conspiracy theories and undermining democracy itself. Trust in institutions, media, and even our neighbors is at risk. The challenge ahead isn't just about punishing those who misuse deepfakes, it's about finding ways to restore trust in what we see and hear, developing new tools for verification and educating the public to be more discerning in a world where seeing is no longer believing. This lawsuit is more than a legal battle, it's a crucial test. Can our laws, institutions, and values evolve quickly enough to confront the dangers of deepfakes, or will we be left struggling to separate reality from illusion? AI companies often claim they're just tool makers, not responsible for how their technology is used. They argue that policing user content is impossible, and liability would stifle innovation. But critics say generative AI is different. It doesn't just host content, it creates it. The lawsuit argues XAI's harm was predictable, releasing powerful tools without safeguards made abuse inevitable. The debate shifts from moderation to design. Should safety be built in from the start? Proposals include watermarks, consent requirements, and robust user verification. The core question, when you create something this powerful, do you have a duty to anticipate and prevent harm? This isn't the first deepfake lawsuit, but several factors make it a potential landmark. The plaintiff's personal connection to Musk ensures intense scrutiny and accountability. The case targets the design of XAI's AI system, not just the content, seeking a new standard of care for AI developers. If successful, it could force all AI companies to rethink how they build and test products. The timing is critical. Lawmakers worldwide are drafting new AI regulations, and this case could shape those laws. The legal proceedings will be watched by policymakers looking for real-world examples of AI's risks. The defendant is not just any tech company, it's led by Elon Musk, whose brand is deeply tied to XAI. Musk's response will be closely analyzed, and the case is a direct challenge to his vision for AI. This combination of personal drama, legal innovation, and timing makes the case a turning point for the industry. The outcome could set new, legal standards for AI responsibility. The world is watching to see if the law can keep up with technology. XAI's likely defense will sound familiar. They're a technology provider, not a publisher. They'll invoke Section 230, arguing they can't be held liable for user misuse. Just like word processor companies aren't sued for threatening letters, they'll stress the importance of free expression and innovation, warning that heavy restrictions would chill progress. XAI will point to terms of service and technical measures as evidence of good faith. But generative AI is different. It actively creates content, not just hosts it. The lawsuit argues this distinction makes old legal shields less relevant. The court must decide, is creating the tool the same as providing the platform? The answer could reshape tech company liability for a new era. This lawsuit comes as governments worldwide move to regulate AI. The EU's AI Act leads the way, imposing strict rules on high-risk systems and focusing on consent, making it illegal to use someone's face or voice without permission. Such laws could upend current AI business models, which often rely on scraping public data. Regulators are also shifting liability toward developers and deployers of high-risk AI, not just users. The XAI case could serve as a test for this new approach. Transparency is another focus. Proposals call for clear labeling of AI-generated content and stronger enforcement. This lawsuit could accelerate regulatory efforts, putting pressure on lawmakers to act. The outcome may shape the rules that govern AI's future. For Elon Musk, this lawsuit threatens more than XAI. It puts his personal brand and business empire at risk. Musk's image as a visionary is at odds with a scandal involving deepfakes targeting someone close to him. The financial fallout could be severe. Investors and top talent may shy away from a company seen as reckless. The scandal could tarnish Musk's reputation across all his ventures. Musk's public warnings about AI dangers now face scrutiny. Critics accuse him of hypocrisy for failing to safeguard his own company. The legal battle forces Musk into a difficult position: fight back publicly or risk seeming guilty by staying silent. How he responds will test his leadership and could reshape public perception. The outcome may define not just XAI's future, but Musk's legacy. The outcome of this lawsuit will echo far beyond the courtroom. If the plaintiff wins, it could set a precedent. AI creators would be legally required to anticipate and prevent harm, shifting responsibility from users to developers. This could unleash a wave of lawsuits, forcing the industry to prioritize safety and invest in safeguards. If XAI prevails, it would reinforce the status quo. AI companies could operate with broad legal immunity, leaving individuals with little recourse. Regardless of the verdict, the case has already changed the conversation, bringing the dangers of deepfakes into sharp focus. It's forcing a reckoning over corporate responsibility in the AI era. The answers that emerge will shape the laws, ethics, and norms that govern our relationship with artificial intelligence for years to come.